next on CBS Sports, the Daytona 500.
Hello, everyone. Ken Squire with you. Looking forward to our CBS coverage. Forward to a great race here. And for an overview, let's turn to the man who has been with us for so many years, the two-time Winston Cup champion who brought his son home back here in 1993, Ned Jarrett.
Ken, this is the one. The Daytona 500 is the one they all want to win. They've massaged those cars. They've tested them all winter long and put their best foot forward to come here to run for the big prize today. But most of them know that even with all the preparation they have, the things have to fall their way before they have much of a chance at winning this race. One thing that we'll look for early in this race today is the fact that it's much cooler today than it's been for the last several days, and setting those cars up on a hot track might be a different setup than what they'll need here today. I'm sure that some guessed down in the garage area this morning as to exactly what they'll need, so we'll sort that out for you as the Daytona 500 goes on.
And now here is your starting lineup for the Daytona 500. On the front row is Jonathan Wall and Darren McCabe.
In row 2, we have Mikey Corbin and Joe Costello.
In row 3, we have Frank Dumisich Jr. In row 4, we have Thomas Ferrara and defending series champion Brian Wright.
In row 5, we have Jeff Noe and Rusty Kappel.
In row 6, we have our first pair of rookies with Tyler Bergert and Joel Conley. In row 7, we have Jonathan Noon and Adam Musso.
In row 8, we have rookie Mark Dillon and Daniel Sweat. In row 9, we have Bailey Galinas and Cody Tabor.
In row 10, we have David White and Josh Cole. In row 11, we have Jason Duckworth and Tim Tripler. In row 12, we have Brian Chirico and Matt Moniak, both rookies this season. In row 13, we have more rookies, Chris Kimlingen and Kenneth Graves. In row 14, we have Dustin Johnson and Anthony Rennick. In row 15, we have Austin Brooks and rookie Randy Oakwin.
In row 16, we have Dominic Abatiello and rookie Daniel Silla, who won yesterday's Busch Series race.
And rounding out the grid is rookie John Zell. And now let's get to the most famous words in racing.
We're ready for the command that will put this race underway.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the most famous words in motorsports, our Grand Marshal, the Chairman and CEO of DuPont, Mr. Ed Woolard.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Cars are starting to roll out of pit road, and Ned, they have worked for months for this moment to start the Daytona 500 and start their quest to claim the Nacho Cup in 1995.
Yes, Ken, and let's not forget one driver quest is another driver's title defense, as car number 18, driven by Brian Wright, pulled what was a major upset in iCAR, claiming the Cup and his first ever championship.
So if Mom doesn't like racing or Dad, give him $5, send him down to Walmart, and you stay with us because you're going to see a great race. Weather today, little on the cool side, little on the breezy side at the present time, Ned.
Yes, there is a little bit of a wind blowing. That's not uncommon here at Daytona. I think when they set their cars up, they prepare for that because they know that the wind is subject to blow here.
Today's race is 80 laps, 33 cars showed up. And Ned, what do you think it is going to take to be in a position to win this race?
Honestly, just stay out of trouble and have awareness of who you are around. You know, you have a fast repair in the bank. I wish I had that in 1965, but you don't want to use it early and be on the defense.
We are preparing for green this time by.
Out on their feet, ready to applaud as the 42 best come down to start the Daytona 500. Coming to the line to start the 500.
A couple of laps to get to full speed.
Yeah, it takes a while to get the restrictor blade engines up to speed. They give them 2 laps in qualifying here because you can't get full speed in that first lap, and the second lap you get it wound up, and that's when you can really show what you can do.
See if they do the backstretch shuffle here.
So far, so good going into 3 and 4. And Jonathan Wall leads the opening lap at Daytona.
And he got himself 5 bonus points pretty early here. Everybody wants to do that. Get those 5 bonus points. That is for leading a lap.
And everyone knows, Ned, every point counts if a driver wants to win the Nacho Cup. And a look at the beautiful Daytona view high above.
Yeah, you can see those walls out there. You can see those other cars, but you can't see that air and what it might do to the car.
So far, Ned, it seems all but calm to start the race.
Yes, Ken drivers right now are busy trying to pace themselves and gain positions without causing an incident.
And Ned, it's time for our first commercial break of the season. You are watching the iCAR Daytona 500 on CBS.
At Citgo, our super premium gasoline will give you the high performance you demand. So prepare yourself to be totally blown away. Super premium performance. Citgo says go.
I got it. I got a NASCAR MasterCard right here.
Nah, guys, I'll get this. I got my own NASCAR MasterCard.
Well, mine's better.
Well, how you figure that?
Well, obviously my picture's on it.
Well, I got my picture on mine, too.
Well, I'm better looking.
No, wait a minute.
Come on, guys.
Join NASCAR's greatest drivers and carry your own official NASCAR MasterCard. To apply, call 1-800-34-NASCAR and choose from NASCAR's hottest drivers. You'll get a low introductory APR, no annual fee, and plenty of benefits to put you in the lead.
What'll it be, fellas? I don't have all day.
All right, we'll flip for it. Heads I pay, tails you pay. All right, but we use my card to flip. What's the difference? It's prettier. Oh, my gosh. I've heard it all now.
He's got a point.
To apply for your NASCAR MasterCard today, call 1-800-34-NASCAR.
Excuse me. If they ever finish Oregon, tell them this meal's on the king.
Apply now, and when you're approved, you'll get a free copy of Steve Warner's music video, Drive.
CBS Sports coverage of the Daytona 500 is sponsored by Split Fire, the patented performance spark plug. It only costs more until you use it. Beach Willie Budweiser. It's always been true. This Bud's for you. And by Goodyear, #1 in tires.
We're back.
Oh, there's trouble here on turn 4.
Caution is out. Drivers will race back to the line before the yellow becomes official.
None of these are changing up front here, Ken, but back behind them, some of those positions you just mentioned are about to change. These cars are all running single file here.
Well, look at this shuffle. You see that?
So far, everyone is in a pack. Playing a high-speed game of chess right now. You can't win it right now, but you sure can lose it. And look at the amazing shots we are getting from the CBS Skycam.
And so far, it's been all Darren McCabe and Mikey Corbin out in front 13 laps into the race. Both of these drivers had a strong speed weeks this season.
Here they come, 3 wide.
And here's
Got trouble again, coming out of 4.
Cars sliding everywhere on the track. It is the infamous big one. But cars are still trying to race back to the line. So hopefully, everything will be clear by the time the lead pack gets there.
And you can see Corbin and McCabe battling hard for the lead. And here comes Dustin Johnson charging hard to get the lead. And it looks like he might have got it.
First caution of the day. A replay on this incident.
Looked like the 28 car got into the wall. That's rookie Randy Oquin driving for Robert Yates Racing. And that's something you don't do. Sometimes you got to keep it up in the wall.
CBS Sports coverage of the 1995 Daytona 500 continues after this message and a word from your local station.
It has a 358 cubic inch engine, 9.5 to 1 compression ratio, a wheelbase of 112 inches, and weighs in at 3,400 pounds. It's the brand new NASCAR Super Truck, and it really hauls. See the NASCAR Super Truck Series by Craftsman on TNN Motorsports 1995.
CBS Sports coverage of the Daytona 500 is sponsored by Split Fire, the patented performance spark plug. It only costs more until you use it. Beechwood aged Budweiser. It's always been true. This Bud's for you. And by Goodyear, #1 in tires.
We're back.
Here comes the pace carman, and we're ready to go racing one more time. As they come to the stripe after 2 cautions at Clark. Seven cars in that lead pack.
So far, Ned, it seems all but calm to start the race.
Weather today, little on the cool side, little on the breezy side at the present time, Ned.
Yes, there is a little bit of a wind blowing. That's not uncommon here at Daytona. I think when they set their cars up, they prepare for that because they know that the wind is subject to blow here.
See if they do the backstretch shove here.
And we got a rookie leading the 500, the number 98 driven by Chris Kimlingen. And Ned, you know, owner Cale Yarborough is happy to see his driver have a good showing.
You spoke too soon, Ken, because former iCAR champion Jeff Noe just took the lead from him.
And he got himself 5 bonus points pretty early here. Everybody wants to do that. Get those 5 bonus points. That is for leading a lap. None of these are changing up front here, Ken, but back behind them, some of those positions you just mentioned are about to change. These cars are all running single file here. Yeah, you can see those walls out there. You can see those other cars, but you can't see that air and what it might do to the car.
And here we go, battle for the lead, as rookie Joel Conley is now up front. And Ned, looks like the pack is starting to form again.
That's right, Ken. That's what the restrictor plate does at these places. It makes it so the leader can't break away.
And the 98 and 1 just had contact there. Both looks to have gathered it up.
And look how loose that car is in 3.
Well, when you get underneath another car, a lot of wind there, and it affects the car very dramatically, and it will loosen it up a little bit.
Here they come, 3 wide.
We got a pretty racy lead pack here. In the early going of this race,
Well, they've clicked off the first 20 of the 200 laps. 2 cautions thus far. Pretty much throw away any hopes of a record today. Break that 1980 mark with Buddy Baker. And if you're new here, let's take a look at the track analysis. 2.5 mile tri-oval, Montepenny design, 31 degrees on the east and west end. The tri-oval at the start-finish line is banked 18 degrees. Top speed here, 193, just as you peak off into turn number 1.
and that number 15 of Jonathan Noon takes the lead. That Bud Moore team must be excited right now to see their driver lead a lap and be competitive. Cars shuffling for position in a hurry to get to the checkered flag. And now Tim Tripler, who is celebrating a birthday today, takes the lead. Darwall Racing Team looking strong. The leaders are coming up on a lapped car.
He's going to have to hurry, Ken, because the leaders are coming off turn 4. He's trying to get his speed up going into turn 1. He should get his speed up before they get to him, but again, he's going to be out there running by himself, and they're drafting at some pretty good speeds here. I'm sorry, Ken.
CBS Sports coverage of the 1995 Daytona 500 continues after this message and a word from your local station.
NASCAR World, the ultimate exhibit for NASCAR racing fans. An interactive hands-on look into the drivers, the teams, the whole world of NASCAR racing. Don't just watch it, do it at NASCAR World. Coming to Daytona International Speedway February 15th through 19th. Tickets $12 at the gate or $8 in advance by calling 1-800-265-RACE. That's 1-800-265-RACE.
CBS Sports coverage of the Daytona 500 is sponsored by Splitfire, the patented performance spark plug. It only costs more until you use it. Beechwood aged Budweiser. It's always been true. This Bud's for you. And by Goodyear, #1 in tires.
We're back.
And the Cale Yarborough-owned 98 car is back out in front. So far, he has led the most laps in today's 500.
We also have that Robert Yates machine racing to get his lap back. The leaders caught him during that commercial break.
The 17 is getting a push by the 28 car. If the 28 is not careful, he could spin the 17 out.
Here they come, 3 wide.
And here
got trouble again, coming out of 4.
Cars everywhere in the backstretch.
that it has a lot of damage. You can see the roof flaps did deploy when the car went backwards, and that's what they're designed to do, is to keep the back end on the ground. So far, hasn't hit anything, Ken.
That was quite a flight. I think he got flipped.
That was quite a ride. You can rest assured. I did it one time back in 1965, not in the race, did it in practice.
I remember that. That was one scary deal.
Oh, I thought the thing would never quit. But after I thought it wasn't going to hit anything, then I just sat back and enjoyed it.
I bet you did. Yeah, you did. Dave?
A replay on this incident.
And looks like the Yates rookie in the 28 got into the back of the 17. You cannot bump very well in these cars. It looks like the Yates car is done for the evening.
That is right, Ken. You can bump a driver so hard, the nose of the car goes under the rear end, causing them to spin out.
Here comes the pace carman, and we're ready to go racing one more time. As they come to the stripe after 2 cautions at Clark.
Canadian Adam Musso leading them to green.
So far, Ned, it seems all but calm to start the race.
See if they do the backstretch shove here.
A couple of laps to get to full speed.
Yeah, it takes a while to get the restrictor plate engines up to speed. They give them 2 laps in qualifying here because you can't get full speed in that first lap, and the second lap you get it wound up, and that's when you can really show what you can do. cars that are running near the back of the pack, not bad strategy for them to come in and at least top off the fuel, because it will let them go more laps than anyone else. If those that didn't stop, if they should go green for a long time, they can go about 50 laps on a tank of fuel as far as that part is concerned.
That's right, Ned. And if this goes green and becomes a fuel mileage game, Dustin Johnson, Austin Brooks, and Jonathan Wall may have had the winning strategy. That 98 has been real aggressive so far. Jeff No is coming to give Musso a bump. And the Trix Racing team car, driven by Bailey Galinas, is moving into first place.
And you can see the 98 car is being hung out to dry. That's the thing about being a rookie sometimes. When the race starts to get down to business, you get left out to dry. Sometimes drivers don't want to put the new guys in hard situations.
And just like that, Ned has got help. The 4 car of Kenneth Graves and another rookie in Tyler Bergert and Mark Dillon behind him. It's a convoy of rookies. A lot of new faces here. In the iCAR series this season, these rookies look hungry. And the 44 car takes the lead. Phoenix Racing looking to make a full-time effort this season.
Well, look at this shuffle. You see that?
And now the 4 car for Morgan McClure Racing takes the lead as they shuffle the lap traffic back.
can see, he's got a bunch of sticker tires here and very partly worn tires. Two top guys from NASCAR are here, the guys from Goodyear are here, the Heilig-Myers team are here because everybody wants these tires. There is a tire shortage this afternoon, and these guys are gathering here like a lot of vultures or some people at an auction. It's just quite incredible how they're battling over who's going to get these good tires off the Andretti car. Obviously, they're all assuming that the Andretti car's day is as good as run.
Looks like they're having a tire auction over there.
I've seen them pouring it
out. Davey.
And those cars, the 42 and the 14, are a lap down, but if a caution was to fly, they could race the leaders back to the line and get the lap back. Right now, the 42 would be the lucky dog. Car owner Felix Sabates, hoping to get a little luck his way. And we ride along with series champion Brian Wright. He's had a rather quiet evening in the winding laps so far. Also, if you came to this point, it's currently 3:15 in the morning and I'm still editing this mess. This was a big test and I learned some things along the way. I hope you like this, and please like, comment, subscribe, and donate to my PayPal or Cash App so I can afford these tools I am using.
Here they come, 3 wide.
Yeah, you can see those walls out there. You can see those other cars, but you can't see that air and what it might do to the car.
And we got a rookie leading the 500, the number 98, driven by Chris Kimlingen. And Ned, you know, owner Cale Yarborough is happy to see his driver have a good showing.
So if Mom doesn't like racing or Dad, give them $5, send them down to Walmart, and you stay with us because you're going to see a great race.
CBS Sports coverage of the 1995 Daytona 500 continues after this message and a word from your local station.
CBS Sports coverage of the Daytona 500 is sponsored by Split Fire, the patented performance spark plug. It only costs more until you use it. Beechwood aged Budweiser. It's always been true. This Bud's for you. And by Goodyear, #1 in tires.
We're back.
I ran out of commentary tracks, but we are still here typing at 3 a.m. The 78 car lead. As the laps are closing in, he has made his presence known. We also see the 24 car driven by Matt Moniak, who we haven't mentioned all day. He had an incident with the 31, but has seemed to recover well. Please send help to Things I Do for this league. Finally, 18 to go. This is where you figure out how you're going to win the race.
And look how loose that car is in free.
Well, when you get underneath another car, a lot of wind up there, and it affects the car very dramatically, and it will loosen it up a little bit.
$15 to go. You can finally feel this race coming to an end, thank God, because I am dying over here. And are you not amazed on how good my spelling is? For these guys to say what I am typing, And here come the 78 with some steam. He and the 98 touching the tri-oval, and the 98 car gets loose and takes out a bunch of good cars. Well, at least I am almost to the final part. This is really hard, but it was fun if you stuck around and finished this. I am amazed. I guess it's better than my boring-ass commentary. Am I right? Look, the next one is going to be the final part, no more commercials. Let's finish this so I can render it.
CBS Sports coverage of the 1995 Daytona 500 continues after this message and a word from your local station.
CBS Sports coverage of the Daytona 500 is sponsored by Split Fire, the patented performance spark plug. It only costs more until you use it. Beechwood aged Budweiser. It's always been true. This Bud's for you. And by Goodyear, #1 in tires.
We're back.
Jonathan Wall somehow got to the lead. He has 3 laps. Can he become a Daytona 500 champion? Mikey Corbin in second has had a flawless race so far. In third is Austin Brooks, who we haven't seen in a while.
We are preparing for green, this time by. A couple of laps to get to full speed.
Yeah, it takes a while to get the restrictor plate engines up to speed. They give them 2 laps in qualifying here because you can't get full speed in that first lap, and the second lap you get it wound up, and that's when you can really show what you can do.
White flag one more time around. Who will be the 1995 Daytona 500 champion? Checkered flag is out. Dillon spins Corbin, and it's Jonathan Wall taking the win in race #1 of 1995. If anyone was surprised they junked it on the last lap, you just don't know iRacing. One heck of a race to start the season. I am being told a Daytona record was broken. 17 leaders, 42 lead changes, 4 cautions for 13 laps. I'm going to try to copy and paste the top 10. First place, Jonathan Wall second, Mikey Corbin, third, Brian Chirico, 4th, Kenneth Graves 5th, Rusty Capel 6th, Tim Tripler 7th, Anthony Rennick 8th, Dominic Abatiello 9th, Jason Duckworth, and rounding out the top 10 is Joseph Costello. I am going to bed and letting this render. Enjoy Jonathan Wall's Victory Donuts and the final running order at the end. Have a great night, and on to Rockingham.